All right, you're back. You're here. You're for the fourth newsletter. Yay! I'm so happy. If you can't tell that Webtoons made this, like, yay! Because it's so helpful and it's so beneficial for everyone. Yay! Okay. In all seriousness, I just want to say this. Like, I apologize to whatever intern I've been bullying for making the last few newsletters. I'm so sorry if you felt like I've been coming for you. I have been, but also, like, you're just doing your job. I understand. I get it. Okay. I apologize. Like, let's make up, like, become my inside source. Okay. So let's look at this letter. Hey Legends! Contest submissions open soon on March 10th, 2025. Woo, that's so close. Like this letter, again, is from last week. And so, like, we're 6 days out. I cannot wait to see what people are going to be posting. I'm not sure if I'm prepared to see the quality of some of these stories. I just feel like it's going to be max level intense. Like, are we ready? Maybe we should do a little stream that day. Okay, but our tips won't stop. This newsletter will continue to support your contest journey until submissions close May 15th, 2025. Okay, keep that in mind. Just for all of you mad lads out there, like, that feel like if you don't make it by March 10th that you cannot enter the contest, you have up until the 15th of May. You've still got time. It's like 2 months. Come on. Jam out those stories. Okay, let's ignore the submission thing. Okay, the question here. What can I be doing to prepare? At this point, you may be hard at work developing your story or creating your episodes. Most Webtoon creators use digital art programs to create their episodes. I would love for someone to point me to a traditional Webtoon, like on the platform, because I'm so curious. I'm like, is anyone doing traditional? If they are, I've never seen it, but I would love to. So please comment that down below if you know who it is so I can review it. Where are we? As you embark on your contest journey, the first step most participants will take is setting up a file. Is that the first step? Like, what are we talking about here? This week's tip to help will feature tips from Webtoon producers, including Rachel Koo, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, an in-house storyboard artist at Webtoon. Ooh, so that's cool. Also, insight, Webtoons has their own in-house team. Like, I feel like people don't realize that Webtoons has its own department that it's making Webtoons. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes when you see originals like that they're from the Webtoon team. So keep that in mind. Tips to help. Production tips, file setup. Creating an episode is much easier with a properly formatted file. While each creator may have a unique workflow and tools they're using to create their series, file setup will usually include your decision about file size and layer setup. Okay, I do want to say this. I feel like it makes perfect sense to bring up file size because, like, there is a limit for, like, how big your files can be when you upload for the contest, which I really wish. Okay, here's me being 100% transparent. If you become an original, there's no limit on the file size. I wish there was no limit for it for the contest. I kind of understand why they don't do it, but I'm also like, that would be so much less stressful for people who are going just like ham on their project. Like people who are going to have like high level rendering, people who are going to have like over 100 panels. Like it would be very nice if you wouldn't have to worry about file size. Like Webtoons, think about it. Just think about it. I know you're limiting it. There's probably like security reasons. There's probably like a bunch of reasons why, but I'm just like, I don't know, send it to like somewhere where you don't care about. Like send it to that intern's computer that wrote the newsletter. Nope, I'm kidding. Okay, and then layer setup. I don't know why we're talking about people's layers, but you know, hey, if you like it, I love it, said a person who neither likes nor loves it. So let's see what they got to say about this. Let's look at that first point, the file size. File size for scroll comics. Remember, for the contest, each genre category does have requirements for the minimum number of panels per episode. And so then they give it to us here. But just to recap, most epic, most feels, most gripping, you must have a minimum of 3 episodes and a minimum of 40 panels per each episode. So that totals 120 panels. So 3 episodes, 120 panels total. Got it? Good. Most laughs is 6 episodes with 15 panels per episode. So just keep all of that in mind. So if you need to screenshot, it has like all of the categories up there, like the specific genres like action, romance, mystery, like it has all of that up there. So if you need to screenshot that to make sure that you're in line, like you don't want to get disqualified for no reason, just saying. Okay, while each episode will need to include this minimum amount of panels, you can include more if you want. This means the length of your file will be up to you. Hi, Rex. Rex said, I think the main reason for the file size limit is to prevent noobs from saving and sending files with like 120 DPI. I respect that. Like, I also agree with that. It does limit a lot of like uselessness, like on their side. So I understand to an extent. I just feel like it makes it a little hard for some people who are like really trying to take their webtoon to the next level, I guess, and go beyond just like, you know, the very basics. Not that there's anything wrong with being basic. Like, there's so many webtoons that I read where I'm like, this is just like cell shading. This is just flat coloring, like nothing else. So like respect to everyone who does it. The only size requirement is the width of most phone screens, which is 800 pixels wide. So if you need to know that, there you go. There you go. Got it? Good. Scroll comic files usually end up very long and skinny. So at Webtoon, we lovingly refer to our files as noodles. What? Behold, the noodle. Okay, that's kind of cute. Webtoon has infinite scroll. It can go on. Okay, so there's the noodle and on. And on. Okay, pause. Like, guys, are they sending subliminal messages? Do they watch my videos? I feel like I'm getting a little shout out here because this noodle has abs. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm the one who revolutionized this at all, but even Webtoons isn't including it in characters that definitely would not have abs. Like, he got a little 4-pack going on. Like this man is out here trying to rizz everybody up. So I'm just pointing it out. I'm just pointing it out. Like, take it as you want. Remember, you can stretch out your own noodle to be as long as you need for each episode. Other file size considerations. Creating a comic is a lot of work, so many creators want to maximize their efforts and make each piece of artwork usable for other purposes like marketing, printed merch, or even their own asset libraries. Okay, this is crazy smart, because I feel like sometimes people forget like that they can use their panels like to remarket, because so many people are like, I don't have time to market. I don't have time to make illustrations for that. Dude, you can do it while you're making the comic. Like, you can do like a high concept image and you can just do flats on it, but when you have time you can keep working on it to turn it into like a full illustration. So like, you're kind of not doing extra work. Like, you've already got the concept. So like, if you plan out your panels correctly, you include those money shots that I'm always talking about, like you can like find easy ways to either make like prints for conventions, you can do like merch for conventions depending on the way you draw whatever you're doing. You can use it for promotion, for marketing. You can use it for all types of stuff, like other forms of social media. Like, there's so much that you could do. I'm just being honest about like when it comes to being able to like reuse some of those files. So I 100% agree with that. And then it talks about like your asset library. If you can, Please, 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 please make sure that anything that you create for your webtoon, like make it something functional that you can use for other things. Like if you create like some sort of like foliage brush or something for a particular scene, like figure out ways to keep using that foliage brush and stuff. Like I'm being 1000% serious here. Rev said, I have a question. If I only have one episode done, should I upload it and then the other two as I complete them? Or should I wait till all three are done? I'm worried about the engagement part. I think it depends on what you think will be the most successful strategy. So if you have a episode that has like a lot of goodness in it, like it's full, like the flavor is it's got that umami in it, like it's top tier where people eat it and they're like, oh yeah, I need more bites of this. If your first episode has all of that, I would be like, you could drop one episode as you finish it and keep building on it. I wouldn't necessarily worry about the engagement. I did a video not too long ago covering the CTA winners where we saw like a few of the creators had very low engagement and they still managed to place. So like, don't focus necessarily on the engagement. Go with whatever you think is the most reasonable strategy for your comic. I hope that answers your question. Fish said, there are probably going to be 20K entries in this contest. There were like 6,000 plus in the 2018 contest, which was already crazy enough back then. 20K sounds like a lot. Like that's more than double. Like that's almost like a 60% increase. I don't know, Fish. That's a lot. That's a good chunk. Maybe we'll see. I do think that like they did kind of reach out to a lot of outside sources other than just like in the webtoon sphere, so we'll see if that has any sort of impact. If it does, then I feel like I don't know, I'll save that just for when we see who enters and who doesn't. They're totally watching my videos. I agree. Like I'm just being 1000%. Like you can make a ton of newsletters off of my videos. Like webtoons, just give me the credit. Give me a little shout out. D said, when I saw the abs on the newsletter, I laughed so much. LOL. I thought of this podcast. Listen, give me my flowers. Like I'm being 1000% here. Like I feel like I've turned this app thing into something for real. Like, not really, because Webtoons has long been doing this before I existed. But I'm just saying. Witches Bruce said, I need fan art of the noodle with the abs. Yes, guys, that's what we've got to do. That's what I need to do for my 1K celebration. Like, we all need to do fan art of the noodle, just like jacked, like completely buff, like Reacher level buff. Okay, Rex said, well, you certainly influenced me. Last night when I was drawing one of my villains, I gave him an 8-pack of abs. Please send it to me. I would love to see what this character looks like so much. Like, please. Fisher said, it's a $1 million prize pool. I'm assuming that has attracted people from outside Webtoon to participate. I agree with that 1000%. 20K just seems like a lot. Like that's a huge boost. Hi Scribby, what is up? How's your entry going? My entry is going really good. I've been working on a lot of stuff lately and it's slowly coming together. It's going to be like a huge push for me to get it done. But so expect me to enter the contest May 14th. Like that's the goal. Like that's my goal date right now. Fish said, when you Google Webtoon, your videos pop up in the images on Google Apollo. If they're watching my podcast, they're definitely watching yours. I mean, maybe. Your podcast is a little different though, because you like directly like involve yourself a lot with like their creators. I mean, I feel like they could be, but I don't think I have the clout level that you do, Fish. Clarice, what is up? You said, where did you get this? Was an email newsletter. We can read it somewhere. You have to sign up for their newsletter. So honestly, I do feel like Webtoons is like, send that to Apollo. Like make sure Pantheon Talks is like the first one in the chain, because we know he's gonna make a video. He's gonna read this to the people. Okay, let's look at the next point. We're never going to finish this letter. To ensure art is usable for different purposes, creators often work on files scanned at a format to be 1200 pixels to 1600 pixels wide and 300 plus ppi. The ratio can easily be scaled back down to 800 pixels wide, required for web publishing without affecting your image quality. Very helpful tip. But if you try to scale smaller artwork to bigger sizes, it can affect the quality. Working on larger files will help keep your art usable for multiple purposes. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, like 1000%. I think it's really, really important that, remember, you can always like turn something really big to make it smaller and it won't affect the quality as much. So if you have, like, if you can, just keep that in mind whenever you're working on your story. When you're ready to publish your series, you can upload up to 20 megabytes, 100 images in total on Webtoon Canvas. Woo, that is a good amount. So I'm just putting it out there. I think that it's really, really important to remember, like, there are limitations, so don't go super crazy. Okay, we got it. Okay, be sure to watch a few tutorials on how to optimize your file size when saving the final version to make sure you're ready for publishing. What videos are we referring to? Click here for more tips on file size for your Webtoon series. Okay, so there's a link right there if you need help with this, which is me. So I find that very useful. Thank you, Webtoons. Like, I'm gonna give you your flowers on that one. I'm gonna give you, you know, what you deserve. So that's definitely something that I will be watching. Okay, now we're moving into layer setup. And let me answer a few more questions. So Princess Vox said, yeah, it's a lot, people. I fear this would cause them to miss a lot of nice comics. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Maybe I missed the comment earlier. Aries said, I did sign for the newsletter, but they never sent it to me. What? That's crazy. They've got to update the list. The newsletter sign up is on the contest page. You just put in your email. That's what I did. I don't know why some people aren't getting it. Maybe it's going to your junk folder. Fish said, also Webtoon has like 12 editors. I bet the rest of the judges are other industry professionals and many original creators. I know some of the judges, but I'm sure there's going to be many more than just a handful. I think there's probably going to be some for each category. So that just makes sense to me that, you know, if they have like a few experts in that genre, like on the panel, it'll help to balance out some of the like more business or more artistic or more literary views. Are said, unless they've changed something, it's more than 100. I tested it. I accepted 130 for one of mine. I didn't know you had anything published. Have you been holding out on me? I want to see your stuff. I want to see your stuff. Aries said, nope, I checked every folder in email, nothing. Hey, Ari, if you need me to send these to you, DM me on Instagram and I will forward them to you. Just remind me every time you see me. Be like, did you send me that email? I will totally do that for you. I'm down. Rev said, is anyone planning to continue their comic on Canvas even if they don't win? No, I'm planning to turn it to a novel. Like, that's always been my strategy, even before entering the contest. Like, well, this idea came from the contest. Like, this was not like I've made all this for the contest, but I think making it a novel, if I don't win, is the most logical route for me. Plus, I love to write. Jay said this was a comic I was planning to post anyway, so I will be. I'm excited for everybody's comic entries. Like, I can't wait to read them. Okay, let's get back on topic. Let's look at this layer setup. Creators that work digitally usually set up their files with layers. These can be customized for your workflow, but here's an example for our in-house production team. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. Rather than creating a layer for each panel, most creators set up layer groups for sketches, backgrounds, characters, foregrounds, VFX, and lettering. Okay, so then they just give some examples here. So they have like their main group and subgroups, So like you can see here, it has letters, there's text, bubbles, and sound effects. which is very cool. Like they're just trying to give you some tips on how to organize your panels, which I think is actually really, really smart. So then we have panels, panel borders, gutter fill. Like I like all of that. That's pretty smart. Like this is definitely, I feel like it would be nice for them to like have a little explanation over here, like walking you through like the thought process, especially for like new people. But I think with some like intuitiveness, you can really figure it out. So it's like character line art, character render, character flats, like all of that makes sense. Like very normal. And then you have like more stuff. So we have backgrounds. So, and then you have sketch and thumbnails. So I think all of that's really, really useful, like very helpful. I like this. Like this is something I feel like it could be a video in of itself, like the organization part. So that's super smart. And the labeling things very clearly is really impactful. Like as someone who's been working in Clip Studio recently, I've been like, bruh, I can't find anything. What layer is this on? That switch from Photoshop is killing me. Chiku, hello. Andy, what is up? All my favorites made it. Poyo, hello. Okay, keeping layers separate like this will help make editing easier and will help you build your own custom asset library. I'm gonna be honest, it probably would, but I'm still in chaos mode when it comes to using Clip Studio. But more on that in the future newsletters. Oh, so maybe we will get a breakdown for this. I like that. I like that they're leaving some breadcrumbs. Okay, Webtoon team. Okay, so let's recap. Okay, like I'm down for a recap. Keeping these things in mind can help make creating episodes easier. You've checked the minimum panel count for your genre category. Your file can be as long as you need. Your file is at least 800 pixels wide and can be scaled down to that ratio. Your layers are separated. We'll continue to break down creating an episode and panels step by step in future newsletters, upcoming contest newsletters. So, okay, maybe they've got some good themes here. Let's see what they say. So, number 1, becoming a Canvas creator plus final prep. What? Like, this topic in of itself just kind of threw me. I'm like, becoming a Canvas creator and final prep. I mean, okay. Let's see what the newsletter says. Like, maybe I won't be so flabbergasted. I need them to work on their title names. Submissions open plus contest Q&A. Why are we getting a Q&A when the submission's open? Like, what is this? Okay. I'm sorry, intern. Whoever you are. Watch it not be an intern. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was like top brass? Okay, production tips, common production steps. This is so random to me. It seems so out of order. I hope it's not in this order. I'm going to let it go. Want a refresher on our past newsletters? Don't read any of their newsletters. Just watch my videos. We read them together and we discuss it. So there we go. Like, we've got it all together. But if you do have specific questions, don't ask me, ask Webtoons. Like, get it from the horse's mouth. Like, just direct all your questions specifically to them. Like, will it be confusing? Maybe. Will you get an intern that contradicts another intern? Most likely. I've seen that happen. So, just keep that in mind. So they're under NDA for a lot of stuff too. I'm sure they're like, okay, you can't answer that. Okay. So that is pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to get on and do a quick little video. I didn't have a lot to say about this newsletter, but I wanted to, like, right now I'm on my documentation game. So like when the next contest comes up and people are like, I wonder what happened in the last contest, I'll be like, look at this playlist. That is from the last Webtoon contest, and we made so many videos. Like, I think I have at least 25 videos made for this contest. So just keep that in mind. Like, I'm trying to document like my experience. I'm trying to document all of the information. I'm going to try and document like all of the winners. Like, I'm going to try and get everything at like as much as I can for this contest done. So in the future, when the next contest rolls around, all of us are like, yep, we're not falling for it. We've read the contract. We know the rules. We're down for everything. Oh, so we had a few new people join in. Hello. Minty Donut Spaghettio said, I have my layers just be lettering, line art, and coloring, then mash them up to save space. And if I'm sure I'm good with that, with what I got. Hey, if it works for you, it works for you. Princess said, when I got to Clip Studio, I was literally crying. Tears is so complicated. Bruh. I'm being 1,000, a million, a billion% when I say, like, I hate this program so much, but I want to learn it because everybody is always like, it's so good for Webtoons. It's so good for Webtoons. And I'm just like, but I'm a Photoshop boy. Okay. Hello, Continua. Hello, Lynn. Hello. Script said, you think me, a graphic designer, would name my layers, but no, I'm just, oh, okay. You're a part of the chaos too. We're all a part of the chaos. Like chaos squad. Stand up in the chat. Do the black hole emoji if you're on that chaos journey like me. Polio said Webtoons is such a tease, bruh. Not the good tease. Like, don't confuse it. Andy said, definitely feel like a lot of these tips should have been sent out months ago. These tips should have been coming out in December. Like, the moment they listed the contest, like, all of this should have been out. Because I'm kind of like, the contest is in 10 days, like, according to this email. Like, it's really 6. But, like, according to this email, it's 10 days away. I can kind of see you being like, remember, file size is important, so go ahead and make adjustments. But I also feel like you could have emphasized that in the beginning months, because like people are now at the stage where you're going to have people posting on the 10th. So, which, let me look at that. Is the 10th Sunday? Like, what day is the 10th? Oh, it's Monday. Okay, guys. So we're going to do a stream that day. I don't know what we're going to be doing yet. I don't know if we're just going to do like a dramatic reading or if I'm just going to get on and look at the entries. Like, I have not decided yet. Like, I want to do a dramatic reading, but I'm also kind of on the boat of, I don't know if we should just yet. Like, maybe we'll just look around and see what's happening. Like, I don't know. Let me know. Please let me know what you guys want me to do. Dramatic reading or something else. Fisher said, been a graphic designer for 10 years and I still don't label my layers. Listen, I want to be like you when I grow up. Aryu said, Pollo is Webtoon's top brass. He's pretending to be a please like Harry V. You know, Pollo has a very intense lore. So I'm just going to say this, like, you got to watch out for that guy. Minty Spaghetti. Oh, man, I hate it when it jumps like that. Like, Minty Spaghetti said they could have talked more about sizing and converting your panels to fit the guideline. That's what I'm just like, you did not say anything about, like, at this point, I'm making the document, so like, what if it's the wrong size? Like, I wish there was an article in there about that. Like, that actually would have been very helpful at this stage, because I'm sure there's going to be people that are like, oh, I didn't consider that when I first started making my comic. Well, how do I size it down without losing quality? That would have been a banger newsletter. We just need a paragraph on that, Webtoons. Oh, my pressure. Iris, hello. Hello. So glad that you could join. I'm looking forward to your entry too. Chikyu said, as a comic book artist, I'm used to keeping my layers limited as a rule. But Chikyu, you're like genius level. Like, you're a big brain person. Like, I'm just a little gremlin. Aryu said CPS is where it's at, baby. Listen, come to my house, Aryu, and teach me how to use that program, because your boy is struggling. Like, I was struggling the other night. Like, I forgot how to delete something. Like, I was like, okay, I've hit it in the selection tool, but I need to erase this. And I didn't want to use the eraser. I was like, there has to be an easy way to delete this. I could not figure it out. I was struggling. Ari said, I was a Photoshop girl until my friend forced me to do it. Haha, I love CSP. I need someone to force me. Like, I need someone to be like, delete Photoshop off of your tablet and only use Clip. And I'm just like, I can't, bro. I can't. Winter said, you have to pry Procreate from my cold dead hands before I switch to CSP. Okay, see, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's like, I can't do CPS. Like, I'm being so serious right now. Like, I struggle so hard. Okay, Minty Donut Spaghetti said, know what? Screw it. Some point I'll make a guide for Procreate. I'm an expert on it. Please do, so that I can learn and see if it's easier or not. I've used Photoshop for so long though, and I think that's why I don't want to switch, is because I really know how to use that program. Chiku said, I think CSP has features where you can directly export Webtoon to Canvas. I'm not sure how that works though. We'll try for this contest. Yes, that's the reason why I'm using CSP, because of that one feature. I'm like, I don't want to have to think about this. I just want you to upload it to Webtoons and I want to be done. Sometimes I add white backgrounds between panels so that pacing is a little better. It's a lot harder if readers are divided to fast and slow reading. I'm not sure what you're referring to, if you're having conversation or if you're just making that statement, but yes, very helpful. Thank you for touching on pacing. Andy said, I'm cool with window browsing the early entries. Yeah, let's window browse. Like, I think that could be fun. We could just do like 30 minutes and look on there, see what's hype, see what's cool. Like, that could be fun. That might be really fun. And then we can do a dramatic reading later. Iris said, I use CSP, still trying to figure out how their bubbles work and how to get different bubbles. I feel like the ones from assets act weird. LOL, I'll have to look more. Yeah, I haven't gotten, like, I need to do bubbles now, actually, because I finished storyboards. So I need to start placing stuff so I can figure out, like, before I get crazy with some of these drawings. Scribby said, yeah, I don't know what size I'm making my episodes. Photoshop? So does Photoshop what? What are you saying? What are you saying, are you? I need you to elaborate. Witch's Brew said, they're too busy with their noodle abs to give us more information. You know what? I'm gonna give that to them because that ate so hard. Like the plate was clean when I got to the bottom of that noodle scroll. Okay, if anyone uses Procreate for comics, 1606 times 12,300 or 400 D, good enough size to do your work in, and Crappie is your best friend for converting. Okay, thank you for throwing that out for everyone. Witch's Brew said, Photoshop got too expensive, which is why I made the switch to CSP. I like it more, to be honest. Yeah, I do think I do want to switch because, like, I'm cheap. Andy said, I actually checked if my comic fits on a regular Canvas upload and I compressed some files to make sure it doesn't break the limit. I didn't compress all the files though, so only a couple of panels are blurry. I think it'll be fine, Andy. Guys, I got like some behind the scenes on Andy, and that comic is so good. Like I had no notes. Like, that's how good it was. So guys, we got to support Andy when it comes out. Like, obviously we're going to support everybody, but like, I haven't gotten a chance to read everybody's series yet. So let's hype each other up. Like, this is going to happen. Like, you're a real one if you're supporting the people in the community. Rex said, I have Clip Studio also, but it's kind of overwhelming. I'm more comfortable using Procreate. Sorry, Clip Studio does seem to have a lot of advantages for comic book creating. Chiku said, I stopped using Photoshop the moment they integrated the AI stuff and stupidly high prices. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the AI stuff. I just can't let it go because I'm so loyal to them. Like, I don't like it, but I'm also like, but I know how to use Photoshop and I'm too lazy to learn another program. So I'm slowly converting with CSP. I'm working on it, Chiku. Arya said, Apollo, do dramatic readings of these newsletters. I could do some really dramatic stuff for the newsletters. Okay. Are you just for you? Because you're my favorite. You're my favorite. Okay, Scribby said, biggest advice for bubbles is to get the draw bubble tool and draw it. Looks way more natural. Okay, that seems like a good idea. I'll definitely give that a try. Oh, you're saying Photoshop can crush a file size without much loss. I feel that. Yes, hype train. Hype train for Andy, guys. For real, for real. Rizuki, I actually want to use CSP since there's a lot of brushes that can make my comic faster. But honestly, I think I'm too late to do it. Still loyal with Metabang, and it's still a good app for me. Hey, if you like it, I love it. Okay, so we're getting down to the last comment. Gotta pay extra for CSP EX, sadly. Only reason why I haven't even touched it yet. Hello, Bix. They're using Curta. Glad you could join. So that is it for today's video. I don't have an outro or anything in terms of like what I usually do. No shout out. So I'm sorry about that if you jumped on for that. This was just like a quick video so we could catch up on the newsletter since allegedly we'll be getting a new one this week. And I didn't want to be behind on that. Be expecting some new content this week. I'm going to try and do my comedy breakdown where we review a comedy series. We're going to review Blue Chair, but Blue Chair is an episodic comic, and I wanted to do a story structure, like a storyline based comic as well. So you're going to get a 2-in-1 for the comedy section. So be looking out for that. I'm super excited to talk with you guys some more this week. Let me know what you would like me to cover. If there's anything that I missed, if there's anything that we should be talking about, I'll be happy to cover it. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.